On this edition of Your Tiger Ticket, the first month of 2018 is in the books, and we'll look back at the initial portion of the season. We focus in on third baseman Jeimer Candelario and second baseman Dixon Machado. And we visit the Detroit Historical Museum for a retrospective on the '68 championship season. All that and more coming up on this edition of Your Tiger Ticket. Welcome to Your Tiger Ticket. I'm Jim Burke. 2018 started out as a spitter, a wet spitter. Rain postponed the opener. In fact, there were 3 games that were canceled in the first week. But once they were able to get on the field, there were some promising bright spots for the Tigers. Detroit actually should have won the opener, but a controversial replay call reversed what appeared to be a game-winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning against Pittsburgh. A road sweep of the White Sox highlighted the first week of action, and in 2 of those games, the Tigers' pitching staff was superb. Mike Fulmer did not allow a run over 5 1/3 innings. Newcomer Mike Fiers pitched scoreless baseball over 6 innings, and the bullpen was spectacular, combining for 0 earned runs. What was presumed to be a weak link to this baseball club was its strength early on. Also, there was some good defense and aggressive base running, assets that manager Ron Gardenhire was seeking. Miguel Cabrera looked much like his old self, recovered from those back problems and driving in runs. And Nick Castellanos continued where he left off in 2017 after having a career year. Division nemesis Cleveland, however, continued to plague the Tigers, sweeping them 4 straight across the lake. Detroit had virtually no offense against the potent Indians' arms, scoring just 5 runs in 4 losses against the Tribe. In fact, in the first dozen games, the Tigers scored 1 run or none in half of the contests. First time that has happened in 44 years.
Well, can you talk about what you've been impressed with so far this season? What you've really been impressed with on this team?
Well, just the way they're getting after it. It hadn't gone our way. We've lost a lot of close ball games and got whacked a couple others. But you know, we've hit some balls hard. They've been at people, but these guys, you know, have that good attitude. I mean, they're rooting for each other and pulling for each other, and good things happen when you continue to do that. You know, we got lucky a couple times, but not enough. But more than anything else, the attitude in the dugout and the way they're playing, they're giving everything they have. I can live with that. We want to win. They want to win, and that's really important. We need to win some of these games rather than saying, well, we had a good try. No one wants to just say that.
You know, this is baseball. We know it's baseball. Baseball is a hard game, and every day we just come here to work and get better at whatever it is we're doing. If it's pitching and if it's hitting, we all, you know, take this thing, take it seriously. So we just come here to try to get better and keep it moving, stay positive.
We got a group of guys. We always are together. We talked a lot about the game, about the pitchings, and how to play the ball the right way.
We haven't won that many games, but we're playing pretty good. You know, we never give up, and that's our thing. Like, we're gonna never give up, even if the things doesn't look right. We're just gonna keep playing hard every day and go out there and do our best.
Cold weather affected dozens of games across the northern tier of the U.S. and the Midwest. Simply put, it's been brutal. The players don't like it, the manager doesn't like it, but they persevere.
Does it make you yearn for the days of the Metrodome?
I'm not going to go there. I knew we were going to play in the Metrodome unless the hole fell on the roof. I do know that, but I like outdoor baseball, always have. I love the new field over there in Minnesota because we played outdoors, but yes, when you start going through what we're going, you wish you could go find a dome and play some baseball.
I played before in cold, but like not this cold, you know, it's like raining every day, snow, so you just gotta play through it, you know. It's a rough time, but you just gotta go out there and have fun.
How much extra clothing do you need out in the field?
3 layers. I put Vaseline on me before the game and 3 layers of clothes, and I'm fine.
Oh, for me, I'm from Georgia, so I'm down south. So anything like this is crazy.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Yeah, Midwest League, in the minor league, that's up here. So I played in the snow before, so it's pretty good.
How hard is it to play in weather like this?
Biggest thing is trying to stay warm. So we stay by the heater, trying to keep our hands warm. That's the biggest thing. Trying to keep your hands warm. But when you're playing, you're moving around, so everything just take care of itself.
Would you advocate a schedule that'd be more conducive when you start the season in the South or in the West in some warmer climates?
It's good for those guys that start on the West Coast or down south. They're able to just stay warm and stay loose, just like spring training. But there's no excuses either way. We gotta come out here and play.
It's always good to play in the good weather, but the MLB and the schedule guys know how to do the thing. So I will play anywhere. I like to play everywhere.
Do you put on 3 layers like Dixon has?
Well, Dixon puts a lot of stuff more than me, but I put some stuff too, so I can get warm. But I like to always stretch myself and try to be the warmest as possible to go to the field and do the best that I can to be warm.
Would you advocate any situation from the commissioner where he would have all the teams start in either the South or the West for the first couple weeks of the season to avoid
really
this?
Trying to get me in some kind of trouble here. No. You went all the way from just past the president of MLB. You go right to the commissioner of it.
Okay.
I'm not getting involved in that stuff. I'm not smart enough in the first place. If you want me to make the schedules out, we'd start down in Tampa Bay every year and play like 2 weeks and then go north.
Okay.
But that doesn't happen. And I've been in this division for a long time, and we've always started north, and even in Minnesota, we opened in Detroit, we opened in Cleveland, and it's just the way it's always been. In a perfect world, yeah, you'd love to see them do something different and keep us all south, and maybe a year like this might make them think about it a little bit more. But what happens is divisions play each other early in the year because you have weather, and you play them a lot, so you have a chance to make them up. That's what I've been told 1,000 times, and I'm sticking to it.
The good thing about the weather is that everybody is at a disadvantage. A big advantage for the Tigers are their 2 young infielders. We meet them when we come back. Now it's time for your Tiger Tickets Tiger Trivia, brought to you by Xfinity. Tigers manager Ron Gardenhire was ejected in arguing a controversial call at home plate during the Tigers season opener against the Pirates. Our question, which Tigers skipper holds the team record for ejections? We'll have the answer for you later in the show.
You come here every day. Every day we try to flush what happened yesterday or the day before, and we come, the next day with a fresh mind. And that's a good thing about baseball. We play a lot of games, so each day, it's a different thing.
Even an Iraq vet like me who's in really good shape needs good health care, especially when it's top quality and convenient. And it's not just for men. In fact, aren't you a vet, Patricia?
Yeah, I served in the Air Force.
When I come to the VA, the people understand veterans' needs. I get great care with good doctors and nurses and state-of-the-art facilities. Because hey, I was there and I earned it. And if you deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan, including with the Guard or Reserves, you did too. Here's another thing. I'm within 5 years of my time over there, so there's no copay for any service-related condition. That makes a difference to me. So why not come in today? When you check in, you'll get a full medical exam, first thing. Free for vets at the VA. Thanks, Doc. So check us out and see you here.
And lastly, Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity On Demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Thank you, thank you. There you go.
You're my favorite player now, Track.
Thanks, bud. There you go.
My life is complete. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I please have your autograph? Thank you. You're the best player.
And welcome back. We all know it's going to be a learning and growing season for the Tigers, but 2 promising young infielders are making Detroit fans hopeful of good things to come. Third baseman Jeimer Candelario and second baseman Dixon Machado are bright spots for the Tigers' future. The 24-year-old Candelario has shown some brilliance at the hot corner, learning and feeling more confident each game.
As a player, you always got to get confidence. That's why you work hard in practice and to get your confidence all the time in the right way and to stick it to the game. I think it's the main thing that a ball player could do. So, like you see those guys working hard about their business, and like as a young guy, you're trying to learn about them, how to take business, and working hard all the time.
Candelario likes working with the talented Jose Iglesias and the 26-year-old Venezuelan Dixon Machado.
Dixon's a guy that come every day trying to get better. This guy come in the ballpark and he always want to get better. Even in defense, hitting, the flexibility, everything. With the mindset, everything. This guy is always a gamer.
With confidence, you can do a lot of things. You know, you cannot go out there and not be confident. You don't gonna do good. You gotta keep your confidence high and think that you can play.
Machado at one point was second on the team in RBIs behind Miguel Cabrera, and he also led the league in the early going with doubles. He's gotten some good tutoring from former Tigers star Ian Kinsler.
Ian Kinsler was a great player. He is a great player still. I really enjoy when I play short and he was in second base. I really enjoy it. He's a great guy. He's nice to play with. Just with the fact that you're looking at him every day, you learn a lot. I love to play with him and I like to be around him too. And Dixon Machado, you know, like I'm gonna go out there and do my thing and that's it. Try to do my best and try to create a name for myself.
When the Orioles came to town, I got a chance to meet closer Brach Brach, a gifted relief pitcher and a former All-Star. But perhaps the biggest recognition in his family comes from his wife, Janae, a country music star and a songwriter. And Brad picks up the story.
There's magic in the air, floating everywhere. I know you feel it too. It's only just begun. We've already...
My wife, Janae, she's been singing down Nashville since I want to say 2009 or 2010, so she's had a couple albums, and yeah, it's been exciting for her. It's something she's always wanted to do. So when she was 19 years old, she just made the move down to Nashville, and she's been, you know, just slowly moving her way up. I was with Tucson Padres at the time. We were visiting Nashville Sound, and my best friend was in town. We just started at the corner. We went to each one, and we heard a girl singing, so we're like, let's go check it out. And by the end of the night, I ended up asking her out to lunch, and we just kind of struck up a conversation and relationship from there. And obviously, we're married now, so it went pretty well.
Thank you for breaking his heart.
She really enjoys being around the writing part of it more so than the artist, just because that's the part she really seems to enjoy herself. So, and getting to see the inspirations for all the types of songs and stuff like that is really cool. She said like Chris Young was coming in and watched sometime when she was down there singing the honky tonks, and I mean, she knows a lot of people indirectly, and she's got last year we had Liz Rose. She's written a lot of Taylor Swift songs. She got to hang out with her a lot because the Orioles do a really good benefit concert at the spring training complex, and she got to meet her and a bunch of other writers.
Might we see you perhaps in the American Country Music Awards show?
Yeah, you never know. She would love that, and it'd be awesome to go there as her +1 if she was ever able to do that someday. But yeah, it's exciting and it's fun. She really enjoys it. So it's like when we met each other, it was kind of a very similar thing. I felt like when you're in Nashville, it's kind of like the AAA of the baseball world or the music world. And so when I met her, we were in very similar spots, and it's just kind of cool seeing how far it's gone to this point.
And the home of the brave.
Coming up, we visit the Detroit Historical Museum for an exhibit that has some sock. And we'll have the answer to this month's trivia when we return on Your Tiger Ticket. But first, here are some key promotions coming up at the ballpark.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Now the answer to Your Tiger Tickets Tiger Trivia, brought to you by Xfinity. Tigers manager Ron Gardenhire was ejected in arguing a controversial call at home plate during the Tigers opener against the Pirates. Our question, which Tigers skipper holds the team record for ejections? The answer, Jim Leyland holds that title. Leyland was tossed 30 times during his tenure with the Tigers when he led his teams to 4 Central Division crowns and 2 American League championships. During his 22-year career as a Major League manager, Leyland was thrown out 72 times. 1968 was a year no Tiger fan alive then will ever forget. These were turbulent political times in our city and in our country. But Detroiters came together, rallying around their beloved Tigers, who went on to win a World Series championship. That title, 50 years ago, is being commemorated at a new exhibit at the Detroit Historical Museum.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em, Tiger.
The Detroit Historical Museum recently opened a new exhibit called The Year of the Tiger, 1968. The exhibition that commemorates the 50th anniversary of the championship season is a collection of memorabilia and artifacts that tells the story of a Tigers team that brought a city together with their spirited team effort that year.
This is a very exciting exhibit. Obviously, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the '68 Tigers winning the World Series. And I tend to be a little bit of a baseball nerd, so I'm very excited about that. I did work directly with Mickey Lolich. Actually got to spend some time with him, and he loaned us the bat. The one home run that he had in his entire career, he loaned us that bat. It was during the World Series, and that's going to be on display. We have a jersey that he wore, and then we have a replica World Series trophy that he had made in 1968 as well.
The exhibit weaves together stories about the players, the manager, the stadium, and the events that paved a path toward a World Series victory and ultimately changed the mood and the spirit of the city.
We worked very hard on our 1967 exhibit that opened last year, and we wanted to sort of bridge the two exhibits, show how 1968 was one of the most difficult years in our history. There was this sort of shining light here in Detroit, and people, maybe for a day could go to a ball game and forget about their woes and enjoy the team, and the team was a comeback team, and it's sort of like it became synonymous with that year, with Detroit. We were the comeback city. It took about a year to put together. We started talking about it, and obviously we wanted to commemorate this anniversary. I worked with a lot of people. Bill Dow, he served as a guest writer for this exhibition, and he's very knowledgeable. He's a sports historian, so he was able to do some of the research on that end. He had an immense collection of Tiger Stadium memorabilia, Melodies and Memories to Dan and Denise. They gave us a lot of items. Some of the bricks that are going to display are actually from inside Tiger Stadium, and a lot of the '68 players, most of the '68 players signed them, and those are on display. We have a huge collection of things that, from when Tiger Stadium closed, actual pieces from the stadium as well. We have a couple really great artifacts from Tiger Stadium that have not seen the light of day since Tiger Stadium came down. And the bleacher seats, the sign that was over the bleacher seats entrance outside the stadium, that's on display, and that actually is very meaningful for me because I went to tons of games and I sat in the bleachers every single time because it's the best seats, right? And then the owner suite, the paneling from the owner suite, which very few people probably have seen, is on display as well. Not all of the paneling, but a small section of it. And we actually have a picture of Willie Horton signing his contract, and you see the paneling in behind, when John Fetzer owned the team. Those are two things that I think, one will sort of pull at your heartstrings, it's memory, it's nostalgia, and then the other is sort of a wow, I didn't know that even existed. We have lockers from the Detroit Tigers locker room, just a section of two, and it's interesting to see how lockers going way back, they're terrible. They're wire mesh, and compared to lockers of today, it's like living in the lap of luxury almost, which is wonderful. You just see how times change.
Do you have a photo of yourself, family, or friends in Tigers gear or at a game during the '68 baseball season? The Detroit Historical Museum will let you add your '68 Tigers story to the exhibition.
We have a really cute photo of a little boy and his younger brother, and they're at, I think it's Game 3 of the World Series, and they're handing the usher their ticket, and we actually have that ticket, and the photo of them next to our usher uniform with our turnstile, and so that's over there. But we're asking people to, if they have pictures of themselves at a game, wearing, Tiger memorabilia, a sock it to them t-shirt, anything from 1968 or the 1960s in general, and even up through today. We, myself, I wasn't around in 1968, but I remember '84 very well, and and Tiger fans for tomorrow, maybe people who just, took their kids, or, maybe they themselves, it's their first game, and they want to share a picture of themselves. It's not going to go in this exhibit, but it will become part of our collection, and we'd love to share it online for, all of the people who access our database.
The Year of the Tiger, 1968, is open to the public and daily admission is free. The Detroit Historical Museum, located at 5401 Woodward Avenue, that's on the northwest corner of Kirby in Midtown Detroit, is open to the public Tuesday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and also Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, call the museum or on the web at DetroitHistorical.org. The exhibit runs through October 7th, which is actually the 50-year anniversary of the Game 5 victory where Lou Brock was thrown out at home plate by Willie Horton. Such a pivotal game, and the Tigers eventually, of course, went on to win in Game 7. Some final thoughts coming up after this.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today? Let's go, Pearly Whites, man. Yeah. The boys, check it.
Ooh, cute. Are you good to try?
I'm fine. Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Next show, we'll continue to monitor how the Tiger rebuild is going. We'll look at some prospects who you might see at the ballpark, and the Tigers show their true stripes as they pay homage to our veterans. Thank you for joining us today on Your Tiger Ticket. I'm Jim Burke. So long for now.